How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today I bring you a follow-up to the whole Nipsey Hussle situation. Really unfortunate. May he rest in peace. Prayers go out to his family, to his children, to his fiance, girlfriend, or whatever, Lauren London. Hopefully they're all able to have strength internally and move past this. But we got to talk about who has been identified as a suspect in the situation. This is a 29-year-old male, black male by the name of Eric Holder. Not that Eric Holder, obviously. He is a local area Rolling 60s Crip, the same as Nipsey Hussle. Him and Nipsey apparently knew each other. They probably grew up together, and they had a disagreement in front of Nipsey's store. The story is the guy, Eric Holder, was a snitch. So when he approaches the store, Nipsey's right there outside, and Nipsey's like, "Hey, what you doing around here? You a snitch, you gotta go." So basically, he ran him off the block. Apparently, the guy didn't like that because he did leave, but he returned with a gun, shot Nipsey Hussle once. He falls. As the guy with the gun begins to retreat, he comes back, shoots him again, then comes back again, shoots him again, and kicks him in the head. And all that's on videotape. And if you want to see it, a link will be in the box. Of course, I will not show that right here on screen, but that is all on videotape. It's not quite clear who is doing it, but the kicking and the shooting is all on tape. The suspect here is Eric Holder. And from what I've been hearing in the streets, people that are in LA, they're saying that's who it was. Okay. Now, this, unfortunately, is very predictable, 100% predictable. I've said this before. I said it in my previous video, and I'll say it again. You cannot go back to the hood. Once you have left the hood in which you grew up, once you've become successful, once you've become somebody, you got to leave that behind, especially if you are an active gangbanger. You got to leave it behind. That lifestyle is going to follow you, especially if you're still kind of active. Shout out to my man, O'Shea Duke Jackson. I did a stream with him last night, and I'll put that in the box if you want to see it. It was about an hour long. Great discussion. But I saw him do a follow-up video to that stream. And one thing I was questioning in the actual stream we did together was if Nipsey Hussle was an active Crip or not. O'Shea was like, well, he's active because although he may not be out there shooting guns and, you know, doing all this kind of stuff that you would see on the news, he's active because in his music, the way he talks, the way he acts is still gang. Okay, you're putting out these images in your music videos. You talking about, oh, you can't be here, you're a snitch, running them off the block. That's active gang members mentality. So while you may not be out there, quote unquote, putting in work for your set, you still are behaving in a gang type of way. Okay, so that is a problem. And that is what ultimately, unfortunately, led to his demise. Now, if you were to take my advice and not go back to the hood, this wouldn't be an issue. Some are saying, oh, you can go visit. You know, sometimes Snoop goes to visit. Sometimes other guys that, you know, are from the hood and or have gang ties, they come back and visit. But that's the key word, visit. You're not going to be hanging out in front of the store like you just, like you still part of the set. In the video, Nipsey was just like leaning on the car and had a care in the world. Like he was just a regular guy. But you're not a regular guy. You have to understand, like I said in the video before, guys like this Eric Holder dude, low IQ, you know, a loser in life, and they see you coming around, you got money, you're successful, you got a beautiful girlfriend, wife, or whatever, you got a nice family. They're going to become envious of that, okay? And then the guy who shot Nipsey was also an aspiring rapper. So imagine this from his perspective. I am a rapper. I'm from 60s. He is a rapper. He's from 60s. Why is he successful? He doesn't deserve that. I deserve that. I should be the celebrity. I should be the one with the beautiful wife. I should be the one with the nice kids, and I should be the one with the money. I should be the guy that's right here in front of my store serving my community, not him. He don't deserve it. And then when I roll up on him, he want to embarrass me, disrespect me in front of everybody, call me a snitch, and run me off the block, telling me to get out of here like I'm some kind of peon. I ain't no peon. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come back with that pistol. And so I don't got to see this dude no more, all in my face, flashing money. I'm going to go ahead and kill him. When he embarrassed me, he took all that I had. All that I had was being a Rolling 60s Crip in the neighborhood. That's all I got. I don't have no money. I don't got no friends. I don't got no family. All I got is Rolling 60s Crip. That's my identifier. And he took that from me in one fell swoop. So I'm going to take something from him. I can't take money from him. I can't take fame from him. I'll take his life. How about that? That's how this works. Boosie said it in the interview before, and I'm seeing celebrities coming out talking about the same thing. People like Fat Joe, T.I., the list goes on. This is a predictable thing that happens in the black community, and especially in impoverished areas in general, especially in the black community. It's a lot of pride. There's a lot of ego. There's a lot of envy, jealousy, hatred. All that's right there. It's the crabs in the bucket mentality. You cannot be going back to the hood hanging out like you're still part of it. If you want to help, like I said before, help from the outside, give your crabs in the bucket a rope from outside of the bucket if they want to come out. Let them climb the rope. Give them a ladder. Give them aid to be able to get out if they want to get out. If you want to give them aid, you're not required to do so, but if you want to do it, that should be the proper way to do it. Don't go trying to be a superhero. You know, don't go trying to act like you're still part of the set, the gang or whatever. That's not going to end well for you. So they're still looking for the guy, Eric Holder. They saw him escape in a car driven by a woman. Not really sure who that was, but I think he'll be caught pretty soon. All the streets saw it. It was in broad daylight. He was a known person. Everybody knew who he was. And I think that's part of the reason why he killed Nipsey. Why I kicked him in the head. It was personal. Everybody knows him. They know who he is. And Nipsey just clipped all of that in his eyes in one fell swoop. He couldn't have it. So here we are. The best thing to do would be to leave the ghetto behind, leave the hood behind. You can help from the outside, but don't go back like you're still part of it. You're not part of it anymore. And why would you want to be part of that? The whole goal for those of us that come from these low income areas, me included, yes, I did come from a low income area. The whole goal throughout your whole childhood is to leave. I want to get out of here. When you were in an apartment, you got holes in the wall. I know I had an apartment where it was like a hole in the brick that you have like little insects and stuff to come through. It's like a little tunnel. Like they were digging tunnels. And when you see stuff like that, it's like, okay, I want to do whatever I can to get out of my situation. I want to do whatever I can to move away from this. I don't want this life anymore. You don't want to go back and still be part of it. It makes zero sense. And like Jesus said, you can't be a prophet in your own hometown. So what do you think? Do you think I was correct in saying before and now that you cannot go back because you have envious people, jealous people, hateful people, people that don't really understand what you're trying to do? They're not on the same page with you. A lot of folks in that hood love Nipsey. They loved him because he came around. He was nice. He was generous. He was caring. He was thoughtful. He was somebody that was able to be successful and still come back and help. They loved him for that. But you're not going to have a consensus. Some people are going to hate you. It'd be some of your own homies, a fellow Crip, 60s Crip from the same neighborhood, probably grew up together. That's how it is. It'd be somebody that knew you from elementary school, middle school, high school, whatever. They know your mama, your grandmama. They know you. It's a personal thing. That's why you got to leave. You can go elsewhere and help. Just like, you know, I come from Chesapeake, Virginia, Portsmouth, Virginia. I went to high school in Chesapeake. In my high school, you have Alonzo Mourning. He has the Zofest out there in Miami where he was playing basketball with the Miami Heat. Not so much in Virginia. Why? It's because he's from there. Why still be right there in Chesapeake where you grew up? Go to Miami. Magic Johnson, same thing. He has a lot of things he's doing in Los Angeles where he was able to make a name for himself after he left Lansing, Michigan. Okay, LeBron James has some interest in the school in Akron, Ohio, but he's not going to be there teaching the class. He's not going to be in there handing out book bags and worksheets and progress reports and report cards, he's going to be over in Los Angeles or somewhere in San Francisco chilling. That's just how it has to be. Fortunate, unfortunate, or whatever, you're still able to make an impact from the outside. Don't try to be a fly on the wall on the inside still after you've become successful. It's not going to end well for you. It's a common thing that happens. Nipsey Hussle was just the latest person. You had Jam Master Jay, Joe B, Jimmy Wapo, XXX Tentacion, all these guys that died right in the city. But that's pretty much all I got. Whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.